All right. All right, Cancers. Well, this is your reading for March, and let's get right to it. So this is the Celtic cross, as I was saying, and this first position is the underlying tone, or the main situation that's going on in your relationship. If you're single, it's still what's going on in your love life. What's the main issue? So first we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is a really good card because it indicates that you're working hard and you're doing your life, and watching, you're sowing your seeds. I don't want to put it that way. You're just working, and you're stable within yourself and within your work life. And maybe this is just that you're finally really ready for a relationship, or you're ready to take something to the next level. Or if you're single and there's somebody, maybe in your recent past, maybe this is an indication of you just moving on, and not putting so much energy into something that's lost, and you're just working on what you do have right now. So just focusing on yourself, focusing on work, and that's a great card to be the underlying tone for a month. Now, what's crossing that card is the Judgment card, and this is a card really of, they say changing your position, but it's really building some finality into something, whether it's joyous, it's a renewal of something, but it's also something is final. So you're coming to a decision, or they're coming to a decision, or you're both coming to some sort of decision. And this is crossing your work. This card can also indicate a fight or an argument that's taken place, but a very minor one. So maybe you guys have just been kind of having that little power struggle where, well, I'm not going to do this unless they do that, or they better do this, or I'm going to start thinking that. Little things like that you just kind of maybe just deciding to just get over. They're there, they want to be there, and or they don't, and you're just deciding to just let it go. Nothing major. I just think you're focusing on yourself and what you're doing, and anything else that's been bothering you is just going to be over. Now, this is Major Arcana, so it could indicate that you're getting over it, and it's going to really change the energy for the good. So you getting over something that's little in their mind or in your mind might just, sometimes when you change the energy shift, it just, everything changes. So it doesn't really look like there's been any major problems. Maybe some stuff that's internal, that you're just working through, but minor stuff. But whatever it is when you decide to let it go and make a final decision to get over it, or move forward, or just be happy, or accept everything that they're giving you and call it good. Whatever that is going to really change the energy. So just kind of think about that as you move through the month. If things start bothering you, you have the choice to just decide to not let it bother you, or to decide to be happy. You can do that. And you have the power to do that. Cancer, you're a water sign, and you're generally very happy, and you are very capable of just deciding to not let something bother you. Just like you're very capable of deciding to let something bother you. But don't. Just make a decision and move past it. Now, what's grounding the situation? This is the third card in the spread, and this really means merriment. You're going to be surrounded by friends. You're wrapping something up. You're going to celebrate. It's a card of fulfillment and happiness and healing. So whatever this is, and whatever this is, you're just making a decision, and you're going to get over it, and then you're going to enjoy yourself. This is the foundation of the reading. It's grounding everything. So you really need to make a decision, or you both do. If you're connected and you're working through something with someone, you both need to work through it, make a decision, because there's a lot of joy and happiness on the other side. You're already probably very happy and joyful. You just need to, wrap something up. It's not going to be hard or difficult. It's just a decision that you have to make. All right, so what's crowning the situation is the star. The star can have two meanings. And it can on one hand mean loss and kind of abandonment, but it's usually read, especially when it's in this type of a position in a reading, as looking to the future, bright prospects. You're very hopeful. You have everything that you need to get and give. I mean, she's pouring water onto the ground and a beautiful garden's growing. She's underneath the stars and she's content and happy and very hopeful. So I'm going to look at this card in this position as is a very good card. It's a major arcana. And, it's also crowning the situation where where the grounding of the situation is the Three of Cups. So there is a lot of joy. There is a lot of hope. You just have to make a decision. And I don't know that it's a major decision. Something probably very small that's going to shift the energy. But you have to decide that you're going to. And that's completely up to you. If other stuff is going to be, if your partner or someone you're interested in, or even if you're single and you're dating a bunch of people, you have to make a decision. If they're going to act a certain way, that's on them. But you are going to be the one making the decision for how you're acting. All right, in the recent past, we have Temperance. In this card, I just love this card because it's a very tranquil card. And you can see it's a very grounded person. So this is probably you. It's a water sign. I mean, there's water here. There's water flowing between the two cups. There's a trail going up into the mountains. It's just a very tranquil card. And this card generally means it's a card of just moderation and just managing the situation, managing yourself, slow moving, being thoughtful. Just not doing anything rash. It's a very calming card, very methodical. So whatever it was, whatever's going on here, and I can see it right here, you've just been working away. You've been doing your thing. Things are good. And you've just been working away. And if this card is going to take on the frustration aspect that the card can mean, like a small fight, it's very small because you're managing yourself, you're managing your emotions, you're staying grounded, and you have everything you need. And I also always interpret these wings as kind of a divinity, but also aiding in communication. So, it's like Mercury has his wings on, and I always interpret these as kind of aiding in the communication. Look, here they are again. More wings. Aiding in communication, wrapping something up. So that's what you've been working towards in the recent past. And then in the future, it looks like you definitely have or are about to. Or you have some more thinking to do about it, because in your near future, you have the Hermit. And that's a card of just being by yourself, deep thoughts. It can be a card of, corruption and frustration and, treason, like you feel like something unjust was done to you. And maybe you do. Maybe you really feel that way. Maybe you feel like you've been working so hard to stay grounded and stay happy in the relationship or be available. And maybe they're just not picking it up, and you're starting to feel like, hey, look, I'm here and I want to be here. What's the problem? What's going on? Why are you getting frustrated? I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late. I work all the time and I have to deal with traffic, or, little things like that. And you're going to be making a decision to just, back up a little bit over the next couple weeks and just be by yourself, not get over a relationship at all. Just spend some time alone and not get too frustrated with it, because you just, maybe need to just think about it, and maybe you feel the confliction and there really isn't the reason for it, because it looks like there's actually a lot of happiness here and a lot of calmness. So just don't get too frustrated over something and just spend some time thinking. All right. The 7th card in the situation is, this goes right along with the Hermit. It's so funny that this popped up, because this is how you are viewing the situation. This card in this position is how you are feeling internally about the situation and about what's going on, or about the person. So the 2 of Wands, this is a fiery energy. So it could be that you're dealing with someone that has a lot of fire, is a fire sign or has fire sign tendencies. So that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And if you look, it's a man who's in deep contemplation. He's looking out over to the sea. He has his world that he's worked hard for. He's holding it right in his hands. He's standing on his, I always hold these too high. He's standing on his building high up. He probably owns it, and he's looking out, and he's like, hey, I worked really hard. What is going on? I'm gonna either maybe leave something behind and look forward, or I'm just gonna sit here and take some time and think about things before I make any rash decisions. So that's how you're feeling about the situation, and that's exactly what this is all saying. And everything that I've said leading up to this card is you're really thinking about this. Is this the person for me? Am I happy? I've been working really hard. Do I deserve this type of treatment? Yes or no? I definitely have a lot of fun with this person, and I see a lot of hope with them. I see a good future with them, but maybe they're not seeing it about me. I don't know. Something's a little off. I just need to spend some time and think about it. Now, this could help in your decision, because the Ace of Cups, also a water sign. This you very well could be dealing with, you're definitely dealing with some water energy, because we've got cups, we have cups, the Temperance has water, the Star has some water. There's even a sea here in the Judgment card. Now the Ace of Cups is in the 8th position. This is how they view the situation, how they are viewing you, and how they are viewing the situation, and how other people are viewing the situation. So people that are outside looking in, they are seeing complete joy and happiness and abundance and fertility. So I don't know if you guys have been talking about getting pregnant, or if someone has been, or you've been thinking about it. This is a card of fertility and nourishment. So everyone is looking into this situation with positive feelings and positive vibes. They really like what they see. It looks like you are just getting frustrated because maybe you're feeling like you're not getting what is owed to you. But at the same time, you're still having a lot of fun, and you're still seeing a bright future. So I know this is a major arcana, but it just seems like this is a minor decision. And when you decide to make it, you're going to just move forward, and everything's going to be fine. So don't spend too much time dwelling. I don't think something is major. It could be maybe it is a major decision. Maybe you're like, I want to marry this person, or I want to spend a lot of time with this person, or go on a big trip, or meet their family, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. So that could be. Maybe it's not even about what you've been working hard and you feel like something's owed to you. Maybe you're a little afraid, but everybody else is ready to go. There's fun. You're content. You've been working hard. You're stable. They're ready to go. Maybe you're not ready to go. So in the 9th position, we have the Magician, and this is your hopes and fears about the situation. And this is major arcana. So you really might be very afraid of making a move and making a decision to stay with this person. This is a card of diplomacy and skill, self-confidence, like, I know I can do this. So I feel like you want to jump in, move ahead, and be happy and just make the decision. But I feel like you're a little afraid, maybe because of something that's happened in your past. I'm not sure on that, but you definitely know you are capable, and you know that you can just decide to be perfectly happy and move forward in this and have a great time. You're just maybe a little bit afraid to just jump in with both feet. But you probably should, because we've got the King of Pentacles in the final outcome. And this is a card of this energy is it's a very adorned man, very grounded. Pentacles are earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So very adorned man, very successful. He's sitting in his castle. He has his garden. There's beautiful animals around him. He's owning his world. He's saying, I know that I worked hard and I have attained success, and I am here and I am willing to share it. And let's go have a really nice life. So, this energy is just maybe realizing that things are good and you just have to make a decision. Maybe the decision is between two people. I don't know. It doesn't really seem that way. It seems very water sign oriented, but it could be just that there's a lot of energy surrounding you making the decision and you're kind of afraid because maybe there are several people. But this is definitely an earth sign energy or someone with earth sign tendencies. So just very, very diplomatic, very hardworking, very consistent, and frugal. So it could be this type of energy that you're maybe deciding or leaning towards, and you're kind of afraid to just jump right in. But they definitely want to. They're definitely excited about you and excited about the future, even if it's something minor. So just spend some time. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I want to say about this before moving forward. Yeah, all this water energy could very well be you. You could be looking away from someone who's a air sign. A fire sign, and maybe looking towards someone that's more earthy. But whoever it is that has their eye on you and you are thinking about this, they are very happy. You're more contemplative about it. And it looks like the decision is in your hands. Okay, let's move on and look at an oracle card and see if that can help. I'm going to have to read from the book because it's always written in cursive down here and I can't read it because I'm not so familiar with the cards. But it definitely looks like there's some fun and some jovial behavior. So card 23, give me 1 second. Now, every time I read the name, I'm like, oh, of course, I can read it now. But this is called the Green Woman. This means wildness, natural energy, expectant gratitude, and untrammeled creativity. Now, the reading on this, the Green Woman speaks to us of caring of our growing ground and of the physical satisfaction of being our natural selves and practicing our own innate magic. This is a time for enhancing the growth of our talents and abilities, a time of blossoming that will bear fruit. It may also be a time of growing maturity and self-confidence. Maybe you're afraid to grow up a little bit. Decide to just be confident because you definitely can be. Experience trusting yourself and trusting the process of growth. She also reminds us of material reward ahead, the harvest of the seeds we have planted and nurtured. She counsels boldness in the face of adversity, yet she also reminds us that sometimes the only action we can take is to wait patiently and keep growing. How funny is that? Look at what's on your horizon. Abundance and growth. And look, patience, waiting and watching. How funny is that? So definitely take some time and really think about the decision, but you have the power and they want to be there. And you're definitely having a good time. And there definitely is a lot of hope for the future. And you have been carrying yourself well. That's a really good reading, guys. All right. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you next month.